Hey all, this is part 2 of my Puzzlevision Saga recap. Make sure to watch part 1 first. The second phase of the saga begins with the episode where Mario builds his pizza shop. The other significant thing about this episode is that after Meggy helps Tari, Tari wishes to be as strong as her one day, and Meggy tells her that she became strong through the people she looked up to. Very importantly, one of those people she mentions is One-Shot Wren, a character last mentioned in the 2021 episode Mario Babies. He was a Splatfest champion who saved Meggy when she was a child and was the one who gave Meggy her iconic beanie. She was inspired to become a Splatfest champion one day, which she would later achieve in the Meggy's Destiny movie. In these two following episodes, Meggy finally graduates from Omnia Academy, which she had been attending ever since the beginning of the Revelations arc in 2021. As Meggy graduated with a coaching degree, Tari asks if she can coach her to become stronger, which Meggy agrees to. We also see Meggy watch an old recording of One-Shot Wren to help inspire her. The episode called We Interrupt This Broadcast is where phase 2 of this saga properly begins. Construction of the castle finally begins due to Mario giving SMG4 the money that Marty was making from the pizza shop. This leaves Marty seeming very sinister once again. Meanwhile, Meggy's beanie is stolen by some inkling kids, leading Meggy and Tari to pursuing the kids at a celebrity museum. They get the beanie back, but they find One-Shot Wren's statue vandalized, upsetting Meggy and leading the duo to go find him at his home. But they find nothing there except for a suspicious TV displaying static. The TV then proceeds to conveniently play a commercial for a town called Western Spaghetti, which shows off Wren as a new cowboy there. The TV then powers off, and Tari points out how suspicious the TV is, but Meggy ignores this, determined to find her idol, and believing that meeting Wren would inspire Tari and aid in her training. Using leftover money, the SMG4 crew are about to go on vacation to PP Island before Meggy hijacks the train and takes them to Western Spaghetti instead. In the next episode, the train ride appears to be going as normal, until gradually everyone besides Meggy and Tari begin acting strange and adopting Western personas. This causes Tari to freak out, believing something was wrong, and eventually everyone strangely freezes in place, while the TV from last episode can be seen in the background making static noises which replaces the usual background music. But eventually, everyone turns back to normal and Meggy is reassured by Tari that everything is okay, although she herself clearly has doubts. The episode ends with the camera turning to the TV, which instructs the audience to go to the bottom of the description. This leads to a link for a mod map which contains the train used in the episode as well as the SMG4 crew. In the driver's cabin we see the TV model used for the TV and wherein it's gotta be perfect. This represents how the TV entity that influenced the events from that movie is controlling the events in this phase as well. Moreover, eventually you will find a room out of bounds with Tari in it. Trying to go up to her will cause this screen to appear, which crashes the game. This is the same TV symbol from the showgrounds listing. Now moving on to the Western Spaghetti movie, things are very off. Suddenly Meggy, Mario and Tari are in the Wild West, are in Western outfits. Tari begins acting strange at moments, and they find the rest of the SMG4 cast throughout the West, putting on strange Western acts as well. Most of the SMG4 cast are even somehow at Western Spaghetti before Meggy and Tari get there. Meggy and Tari head to Western Spaghetti in search of One-Shot Wren. But when they come across Axel and Esty, who are supposed to be dead, this causes both of them to realize something is really wrong. Tari begins to glitch out, causing the world around them to do the same, and allowing Meggy to escape. It turns out they had actually been in a simulation ever since they were on the train, as they had been ambushed by One-Shot Wren. And although we only see Wren in the ambush, Meggy interestingly says, perhaps suggesting Wren had help. Anyway, since Meggy seemingly escaped the simulation, along with Mario, they go to confront Wren. Wren explains that he had fell off in Splatfests, but had been gifted the simulated world through a strange letter with that TV symbol on it. Using this world, he seeks to constantly experience the glory he once had, and he hoped that Meggy would make a good rival for him as she was the last Splatfest champion. It turns out that he had stolen the beanie and given it to the Inkling kids to lure Meggy to him, and it appears that EV Entity had aided with this. Interestingly, before they confront Wren, Meggy and Mario come across the same TV from before once again, and this also displays the TV symbol. I bring this up because Meggy says a very interesting line, saying she has seen the symbol before, but it is unclear when she would have seen this before. So perhaps the characters have had some interaction with this TV entity in the past? Getting back on track, Wren reveals that Meggy never left the simulation, and he proceeds to torture her for over a month by hunting her down every day and killing her before resetting the day over and over. But eventually, inspired by Meggy's coaching, Tari becomes strong and confident, using her newfound courage to gradually create a safe haven within the simulation free from Wren's control using her meter runner powers, which enables her to hack and end the simulation once Meggy makes Wren vulnerable by killing him in the simulation. Once free from the simulation, Wren tries to prevent everyone from leaving by bringing enemies from the simulation into reality, but this causes the simulation to overload and it explodes, killing him. Before moving on, it is worth mentioning that Wren may have had the most knowledge about the TV entity out of all of its pawns, due to him seemingly realizing the whole point of the simulation was to create entertaining shows. Based on this line he says here, and because it appears that TV entity had helped him pretty directly in luring Meggy to the Wild West, which must have involved some sort of coordination between Wren and the TV entity. Actually, before ending this video, I'd like to quickly mention this strange community post made by SMG4 after the Western Spaghetti movie. This is referring to the scene where Dusty and Axel appeared. Could this post have been made to gauge fan interest in seeing them possibly return to the series by being revived? I know this sounds like a stretch, but I'm not sure why else they would make this community post otherwise. Plus, Puzzlevision clearly has some godlike powers, so if anyone could revive them, it would certainly be him. It also has been quite a few years since these characters died, so bringing them back now would not harm the impact of the stories of the Genesis and Animarchs as much as if they had been revived earlier. What do you guys think of this?